Hello, this is Harry Paden. I am the host of Paden's Pulpit. This is Season 1, Episode 50. 50 episodes. My first season of Paden's Pulpit. And today's episode is Paden's Pulpit 50th episode. I started doing things like reading, writing, typically like most people in school. And I came to grow to love it. The more I learned, the more I was taught, the more I absorbed it. I learned words, I learned how to speak, enunciation, projection, and it served me very well. I've had 2 cable programs. Both of those had 50 or more episodes. I've written thousands and thousands of newspaper articles, which earned me 2 trips to China because of the masses of people I was reaching. I also did a Paden Perspective podcast that, I changed a little bit and made it into Paden's Pulpit. I got the name Paden's Pulpit from a TV show, and I'm going to forget the name, but it was a little young man, and he called it Papa's. He called himself Papa. He was a young guy. Papa's Pulpit. I said, oh, okay, I got 2 P's. Paden's Pulpit. And Paden's Pulpit basically is where I get to speak on things that I want to speak on. I have an audience. Little did I know how this would project. Little did I know how big this would get. And I'm happy about it. I cover subjects such as depression. Depression is just such a big, subject. And I tried to get information about knowing and recognizing the signs of depression, what to do if someone you know has symptoms of depression. I did more than 1 episode on Native heritage facts. I no longer call it Native American because how could it be American when the natives were here, the indigenous people were here? So I now correctly call it Native heritage facts. Veterans Day, fire prevention, very close to my heart as a inspection supervisor, former inspections, retired in 2018 from that field. And I just love that field and, making housing better and safer for residents. Another big one, domestic awareness. Of course, it goes without saying, Black History Facts. Another one close to my heart, suicide prevention, breast cancer awareness, prostate facts, and the New Jersey Safe Haven Protection Law, to name a few. I did 50 episodes on various subjects of relevancy, and I'm very proud of it. What I've come to discover, once I started out on Facebook and YouTube, but what I've come to discover is that once I expanded to Instagram, man, I would get notifications. One night I couldn't go to sleep. Ting, 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 ting. I'm looking, whoa, these things are getting light. I've gotten up to 15, 20,000 interactions with people. People will comment. People will tell me great information. People will give me stories about what they've experienced on subjects such as depression and suicide. And it really is heartfelt. But what I've also come to find out is this is very time consuming because I do a lot of research. I'm very proud of the research I do. Impeccable. I always challenge people, not because I think I'm bad, but because I know I got good research skills. And it takes a lot for me to produce it. I don't just wake up and have this on the top of my head. I do research. Wish I had it all in my head. I don't. But I do research and I find out information. So it takes a lot of time. So I'm not slowing down, but I'm spending less time giving away. because don't get paid for this. Giving away. I also, since I retired in 2018, almost 5 years, and it'll be July, it'll be 5 years, expanding HPINC, all caps, because there's Hewlett Packard, and I'm not Hewlett Packard. And it started because I'm Harry Paden, thus the HP, and the INC is similar to Incorporated because I have so many skills. I incorporated my skills, and now I'm getting paid money, not as a full-time employee, not as a person out here trying to, take over the world like when you were young, but the companies are now coming for my inspection skills. And I'm making money, and I like making money, even in retirement. So I'm going to expand on that, spend less time giving away information. And I have been prodded to do different things. And, it's funny, people all over the world are reaching out to me. And it's, I can prove it. Instagram has expanded me. I'm almost Instagram famous. So I'm going to slow down because I can't answer all this stuff. I'm not getting paid, but I thank goodness for this being the 50th episode. I will from time to time, as need present itself, do podcasts. But I'd like to thank locally because it's funny, as Jesus was loved everywhere but in his own hometown. Sometimes I feel that people that know me don't respond, and I say, well, what's that about? That's still good information, but it's okay because they know me, they're used to me. Well, he just shut up. No, never gonna shut up. Like the great gospel preacher, never would have made it, never gonna shut up. So, we don't know. But I'd like to thank my biggest supporter, of course, is Shahara. Shahara was raised every day of her life. She's been around me. Shahara don't need to listen to anything that I say ever, and she would know more than most people would know because I raised Shahara from day one. Shahara is now a grandmother and a grandmother. Let me push it her. But she supports everything I put on anything. She likes, she comments. She doesn't have to. I don't expect it, but that's love. That's agape love. Thank you, Shahara. Another person, it took me a minute to find out exactly. I knew the last name, but Nate Claus. Nate Claus is part of the Claus family, and I've always loved him. He helped me when I ran for office. He provided me with a beautiful tuxedo. He didn't make me pay for anything. He always showed so much love. And Nate, always, again, as much as Shahara, Nate always is in my likes. And Nate, I love you, man. Thank you. Another person, this person is esteemed, and this young lady's growing. I mean, she's big. Might be the next president of the United States. That's Senator Renee Burgess. Oh, man. I got a state senator that likes and comments on my podcast. A state senator. That's my friend, too. But she didn't let the fact I'm too big. Love you, Renee. My sister, Michelle. My good friend, Sergeant Harvey Craig. Sergeant Harvey Craig took my article years ago, and he had that article. It was brown. You know how a newspaper turned brown? He would give it and highlight all his classes on Black History Facts. I gave him one of my books now on Black History. Thank you, Sergeant Craig. And one of the best programs in the world, the Irvington JROTC. The young men and women that come out of that program are all dynamic. If you're sending your child to Irvington High School, try to get them involved in the Irvington JROTC. I guarantee they'll excel. That man is dynamic. Deacon Joseph Williams, my pal who moved away from us, man. I miss you, brother. Deacon Joseph Williams. My good friend Sharon from the Housing Authority. We work together. Now she's at a different housing authority, but Sharon always, expresses love. My daughter Jacqueline White. Jacqueline White always is sharing information, helping me become more knowledgeable because as much as I know, I don't know it all. She always shares history, facts, relevant information, and she's a playwright, a book writer. If I start listing the stuff, man, I'll forget it. But Jackie, thank you. And I'm probably gonna mess up your name, but Duwadi Mochan always shows me love. Now there may be somebody I miss, but probably I miss you because you don't like me as much as these people. These people, I know their names because I get likes. Then it'd be thousands of people I don't know. I'm like, I don't know this person, but they like my stuff. So this episode is to just say thank you. Again, I've reached thousands, in essence of 15 to 20,000 people on some of my podcasts or some of my reels, and I'm really so elated. But I don't want to continue to do that much research because it takes a lot of work, and I ain't getting paid the money. Now you can get paid money by commercials and ads. I don't get into all that, because I want to be careful of what I put as ads, because sometimes you don't even know. Money's not always that great. We're promoting stuff and not, really know what it's about. So I'm not looking to be that big an influence. I got miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Oh, see, I got my computer fixed. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love my laptop. I gotta be much more careful with it so I don't. Jose from Cyber Pros in Belleville, thank you for fixing my laptop at such a reasonable price. But to God be the glory for all the love. Those who think I'm a bit much, you're right. I am. I was a bit much when I was young. I was a bit much when I got older. Now, in 2 days, I turned 70 years old. Look at me. I'm so vain. Oh, look at that muscle. 70 years old. Got a brain that's so sharp. I know you get mad because I'm bragging. But that's what I do. Muhammad Ali was my biggest influence. I love my dad, but Muhammad Ali, the braggart, the man who didn't take any stuff, the man who allowed them to put him in jail before he did something against his conscience, influenced me. So when you look at me, think of how much you see the greatest. I'm just a little greatest. I'm just one of the little, things that fell off of Muhammad. But again, I thank you guys. You will still see podcasts. I'm so happy. But again, I have to turn off my notifications because all night long it'll be ting, 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 ting. And people from all around the world, thanks for the love. I wish I could reach all of you and give you a hug and a kiss. But thank you again. Paden's Pulpit, this is the 50th episode of season 1. Season 2, please don't look for 50 episodes because I'm not going to get into that like that. But great things are coming. If not through the podcast, through HPINC, it's not incorporated, HPINC, which is my company, and I have a myriad of talents, school-related, inspection-related, extermination, resume writing, job development. I do it all. And also I'm a notary. Pretty good guy. Thank you guys. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. I'm so happy.